Hello students. Today I am going to explain you the gravitation chapter. So in this chapter we will learn different concepts of gravitation. At first, before reading the chapter, we need to know what is gravitation, what is gravity. So before learning this, we need to understand what is gravity. In this chapter, in a brief, I will explain you the matter, and then on small videos, I will give you different explanation of different topics, and then the different derivations of gravitational formulas. Just before that, you see the content. What are the content we will have in this chapter? First is gravitation. We will learn about gravitation, gravity, and all, and then the Kepler's law, and then the universal law of gravitation, then force of gravitation on Earth and on Moon, then acceleration due to gravity, then free fall, and then mass and weight. We will learn about this thing in this chapter. First, gravitation, movement or a tendency to move towards a center of gravity, as in the falling of bodies to the earth, is known as gravitation. So what is gravitation? The movement or the moving towards the center of the earth. We all are always attached to the earth's surface. When you are standing outside, for example, you are standing on an open field, have you ever imagined that why you are not going towards the space? Why you are attached with the earth? Nobody has tied you with the earth. Then why you are going? Why you are not going? Why you are simply standing on the earth's surface? That is due to the gravitational force. That force is known as gravitation. That attachment is known as gravitation. What is gravitational force? The force of attraction between any two particles in the universe is called gravitation or gravitational force. For example, moving of planet around the sun in universe, or falling of apple from tree towards earth. These all are gravitational force. If you see any two object, if you take any two object on the universe, in our universe, if you take any two object on the universe, they will attract each other with some force. That force is known as gravitational force. That is, when two planet move around the sun, that is also a type of gravitational force. Now, moving of planet, you see in the picture, planets are moving. See, planets are moving around the sun, and these planets are moving in a regular path. They doesn't change their path. Why they doesn't change their path? Have you ever thought that? Who is telling or who is guiding? Is there any remote control to guide the planet to move in a particular path? No, nothing is there. That is the gravitational force. That force is allowing all the planet to move in a particular path. They will move. That force is there. That force is always tell the planet to move in that particular path. Now you see, when for the first time the Newton has thought that why the apple is not going upward. As I have told you, why you are standing on the earth's surface, why you are not going out of the earth's surface, why you are standing on a particular place. That all thing is due to gravitational force. That force is pulling you towards the center of the earth. Understood? Now, the Kepler's law. Now, what is Kepler's law? John Kepler gave the following three law of explanation of motion of the planet. John Kepler has given three explanation. First, that is law of orbit. Each planet move around the sun in an elliptical orbit with the sun at one of the foci of the orbit. Now, what is foci? Now, I will draw a small line. You see a elliptical orbit. This is a elliptical orbit. This is not round, this is not circle, it is an elliptical orbit. So if the sun is present here, then it is one focus, and if the sun is present here, it may be another focus. So these two places are known as foci. The sun will be in one foci, and the planets will move in an elliptical orbit, that is ellipse. In an elliptical manner the planets will move. This law is known as law of orbit, that each planet move around the sun in an elliptical orbit with the sun at one of the foci of the orbit. Now the second law, law of area. The line joining the sun and the planet sweep out equal area in equal interval of time. That is, whatever the line that is joining the sun and the planet, or the planet in which the planet that is moving in a particular orbit, that orbit and the sun, that the the planet will move around the sun in an equal area in equal interval of time. The time limit will be same. For example, from x to y, let the planet move from position of a to b. From a to b the planet is moving, and the time in time t, it take time t, and then it move from position x to position y, position x to position y in the same time, that is t. Then according to Kepler's second law, the area of this area, that AB area and the XY area, this triangle area, both the triangle area will be same. That is, in equal interval of time it will go an equal area, that it will pass an equal area. Understood? Now the third law of Kepler. Third law of Kepler. The square of time taken by the planet A to complete revolution around the sun is directly proportional to the cube of the semi-major axis of the elliptical orbit. That is, when the time taken, whatever the time will be taken by the planet to move around the sun in an elliptical orbit, that is the time t, that is directly proportional to the cube of the radius, that is cube of this distance r, the sun and the planet, the distance r, cube of the distance r, it is directly proportional to the cube of the distance r, that is t is directly proportional to r. If you see that t is equal to r cube, if you put a constant here, then t square by, that is square of the time, t square by r cube equal to constant. If you are giving the time t, then t square, the square of the time, is directly proportional to the cube of the radius, is equal to a constant. For the third law gives us that t square equal to some constant r cube, t square will be equal to some constant r cube, that is t square by r cube equal to constant. Now we will discuss about the universal law of gravitation. Before discussing this, I will give you some the derivation of this formula. This formula you have got. Now we will solve some mathematical problems regarding this formula. I will solve a problem on the next video, and you will see the problem, and then I will give 2-3 problems to you and you will solve it. Thank you. Today up to this.